All right, so being 6:30 and having quorum on March 18th, 2026, I'll call the Bridgewater Planning Board to order. I just want to say one thing. I know we've gotten a lot of correspondence about water recently. And just to clarify, that projects still are moving forward. We are still taking applications, and applicants do have to meet the criteria, the performance standards set forth. So just so we don't get a million questions on water and why we're still approving. It's not catching. So just, we are moving forward with projects, but people do have to meet the standards for larger projects. So projects won't be able to move forward unless they can meet the standards of 6.3.3F, item 2, which is water. And it says there shall be sufficient water capacity to meet the flow demands of the proposed use without causing municipal water flow characteristics off-site to fall below the standards adopted by the town. So that standard still has to be met. We're not waiving that standard. We're not ignoring that standard. That'll be considered in all the projects. So I just wanted to get that out there before we started today. So I did call to order. We do have some members on Zoom. The members on Zoom are Mr. Michael McDonald. He's the vice chair of the planning board. Mr. Robert Rulli, he's our community economic development director, and Mr. Greg Tansey, the town engineer. In person today, we have Mr. Shane O'Brien. He's the town planner. Mr. Eric Costa, Mr. Dan Greenberg, Mr. Steve Geller, Mr. Tom Pratty, and Mr. Chris John Fabrowski. So because we have people on Zoom and in person, we'll be taking votes as roll call votes. And Shane, is there anything else I should say before we start?
Building Commissioner Steve Solari is here as well.
He's so far away, I missed him. Mr. Solari, the building commissioner, is here with us tonight as well. So I did call it to order. Item 2 on the agenda, we have a former planning board member, Mr. Ray Jemian. He's here to discuss a tree grant and the tree grant recommendation for cooling corridors, and he represents the tree committee. So Mr. Jemian, come on up.
Thank you. I have to tell you, it feels better being here than there. It really does. An apology first. We thought about, the tree committee thought about.
And we put you on first and not last.
Yes. Applying for a grant a little while ago. And since most of the grant money has dried up because the federal money has dried up, the only one that seemed to work was the cooling corridors grant. But in meeting last Monday, we decided we simply don't have the time to do it. I mean, with your approval tonight, we still don't have the time to get it in. So we're going to postpone this and probably come up with another grant, hopefully sometime this year, if not, definitely next year. That said, for those of you that don't know, the tree committee was set up because of the mitigation that we received from the building on Bedford Street. And the way Michael Dunn set it up was that there was supposed to be a member from the planning board that would really be the liaison with the tree committee. I'm that person. And I apologize that I've not done the liaison work with you. I think I gave you an update only once in the last 3 years. So I'd like to give you a 2-minute update quickly regarding the tree committee too. And at some point we'll come back with the grant. The first thing, I think the most important thing for you to realize is that we now have a part-time tree warden. And I just want to say he's Brian McMahon. He is excellent. And I think that at some point you may want to use him for some advice. He has already identified a number of dead trees. He basically said that most of the trees on the common are going to be dead within 3 to 5 years. In Broad Street, they're already dead. So there's got to be some work by the town, and we're working on that, to work out some system where these trees can be replaced. So that's important. I'm just saying, be aware that we now have a part-time tree warden, thanks to the interim town manager. She did an excellent job of bringing him on. Secondly, I think I mentioned to you before, we submitted a revised tree ordinance and a proposed tree mitigation schedule to the town because of the transfer of town managers and so forth. It hasn't been done, but it's in the process now. So that's coming down the line. And I just want to say the tree committee is working. We're not doing as much as we would like in terms of replacing trees and planting new trees. But we're moving in the direction of at least getting the town involved in the fact that the trees are important. And we would like other committees to realize that we are trying to help the town in terms both in beautification and obviously just to help the town grow. So if you have any questions or comments regarding us, by all means, contact us and I'll be happy to answer any questions right now if you have any.
Any questions for Ray? No?
Okay,
Thank you, Ray.
thank you.
Ray. All right, moving on, item 3.
Mr. Chair, just one thing.
Okay.
Could we take item 5 out of order? In terms
You know
of
what,
if anyone,
I'm gonna do 3, then I'll do 5.
okay.
So item 3, we have a site plan review. This is a public hearing continuation. 0 Lakeshore Center, map 96, lot 16. This is the Encompass Health Center for site plan approval, sections 9.4 and 10.6 of the Bridgewater zoning ordinance, and a modification of the existing special permit from 1998 for a proposed inpatient rehabilitation hospital with associated parking and drainage. This was continued from our March 4th meeting. Just today, we did receive a withdrawal request from Brooks and Attorney Brooks and Dorinas. And they asked that we, there is a full letter that, I don't know if Shannon, if you put it up online yet. But
It is online. It's up on the screen here as well, too.
there is a letter that we bring this request to the planning board at 6:30 this evening and ask for a formal request to withdraw without prejudice. So they have submitted that request, which you have up online, and they're looking to withdraw without prejudice. So do we have a motion? First of all, is there any discussion on that? Yeah, I think it's too bad. I think it was a great project and I wanted to see it go forward, but I understand why they might be frustrated with the water situation, so it's too bad. I hope they reconsider and I hope they come back, but if there's a motion to accept this without prejudice, we can take care of that.
So moved.
Who made that motion? Mr. McDonald, did you make that motion?
Yes, sir.
So by Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. Praddy. Is there any discussion on that? No? All right, so I will, I'll take the roll. I'm gonna, Mr. Greenberg didn't sit in on the hearing, so I'll take the roll with Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
Mr. Fabrowski. Yes. Mr. Praddy,
Yes.
Mr. Geller.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Okay. All right, that takes care of that item. I'm gonna switch down to item 5. This is a definitive subdivision request. This is 548 South Street, map 61, lot 121. This is a subdivision proposal under the Bridgewater subdivision rules and regulations for approval of a 4-lot subdivision with requested waivers. I believe we received a letter from Silver Engineering on March 3rd. Apparently, there was a notification issue with the abutters. Is that correct, Mr. Lewis?
Yes, and I believe that we received actually notice today because one of the letters goes to Central Square, noticing that the meeting will be pushed to April 15th. So the applicant did request, they resent out letters to everyone and that requested a continuance to the April 15th meeting.
All right, so we did receive a letter from Silver Engineering in regards to Revelation Way, 593 Plymouth Street. He's asking this to be continued to our April 15th, 2026 meeting. Is there a motion on that by anybody?
I'll motion.
By Mr. Praddy, do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Geller? Any discussion?
Just one thing. Did we have a vote to take out of order or?
No, it says right on the bottom, says the order may be, says items may be taken to, of the,
Okay, understood.
says order of cases may be taken. into
You're right.
discretion of the board.
You're right. Okay.
So we have a motion by Mr. Praddy, second by Mr. Geller. I'll take the roll call. Mr. Greenberg?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Praddy?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Okay, thank you. All right, so next up for everybody here, I mean, we have some new site plans and special permits under item 4 this evening. And again, if there are water concerns, and I know we got a lot of emails about water concerns, the applicants are not excluded from complying with our rules and regulations. So they probably will have to do water impact studies, and they will have to meet the water criteria in our zoning. And they will have to get approval from the Water and Sewer Department before they can go forward. How we handle that as a board, whether we give them a conditional approval, whether we deny the project, that's going to be up to the board after hearing the presentation. But I know we've gotten some emails, just people asking us not to go forward with any projects, and I don't think that's the right thing to do. We should hear the project. We should give them the opportunity to address the water issue, and then the board can decide how we either condition it, deny it, et cetera. So next up, we have 96 Main Street. This is a new proposal proposed by 96 Main Street Development LLC for a special permit and site plan approval under section 9.6 and 10.6 of the Bridgewater zoning ordinance. This is to construct a mixed-use building with 16 residential units and 3 commercial units as well. So Mr. O'Brien did provide us with the plans, the technical review, and his review. The technical review just came in today. But before we go into any of that, I will read the public hearing notice. On Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, at 6:30 p.m., the Bridgewater Planning Board will be conducting a public hearing in council chambers at 66 Central Square, Bridgewater, Mass. via Zoom on an application by 96 Main Street Development LLC for a special permit and site plan approval under 9.6 and 10.6 of the Bridgewater zoning ordinance to construct a mixed-use building with 16 residential units and 3 commercial spaces in Bridgewater, Mass. at 96 Main Street, assesses map 21, lot 27. The plans are prepared by Zenith Consulting Engineers and are on file with the town clerk, the CED office, and the website. All persons are encouraged to attend the Bridgewater Planning Board. This was advertised in the Brockton Enterprise on 3/4/26 and 3/11/26. We also did get confirmation from the applicant that abutters were notified and all the fees have been paid, correct?
That is correct.
And again, we did receive, and I'm sure the applicant did as well today, a technical review from Mr. Tanzi, a review by our CED department, Mr. O'Brien, and a couple of letters of support. So I will open the public hearing and turn it over to the applicant, if you'd like to come up.
You probably have to sign into the Zoom and then share from there.
Shane, why they doing, you guys need a couple of minutes?
Yeah,
So I thought we were just.
No, take your time, take your time. So we
Yeah, I
can,
don't.
I'll jump down to something else that's gonna take 5 minutes while you
Sure.
guys get ready to go.
Perfect, thank you.
So Shane, is there anybody here from Madeira's Estates this evening for the bond release?
I think Mr. Silva said one of the Arudas would be here, but
So, Mr. Rudy, are you here for a bond release this evening? Do you want to come up?
just can we vote to take that out of order?
We don't have to take it out of order.
I know, but you read it, the legal ad. Into,
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, you're right. So can we, is there a motion just to postpone the public hearing for a few minutes, for 5 minutes? So motion by Mr. Praddy and a second by Mr. Geller. Mr. Praddy? Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Geller? Yes. Who am I forgetting? Mr. Greenberg? Yes. And I'm a yes, okay. All right. Sorry about that. Thank you, Shane.
No problem.
I forgot we open up. All right, so, how you doing, Mr. Ruda?
Good, and yourself, sir?
Good. So do you want to, do you have, just if you could state your name and address for the record while we have you there.
Joseph Aruda, 369 Church Street, Rainham. I'm here to see if I get a lot release for Madeira Way, Ceredum.
So I know on March 4th, or March 2nd, we received the,
Yeah, we received the email copy of the, oh, did you guys unshare the screen? Yeah, no, we received, let me just fix this because, all right, here we go. People at home are. Yeah, we received an email that was dated in February, in March. We had received a preliminary as-built plan from Silva Engineering, but nothing attached to it, requesting the lot releases. But we did get that request after the, I believe it was a little bit before the last meeting. So I decided to place it on, just provide that information to the board, as well as place it on this agenda so we could have a discussion on the matter. So,
and we don't, Mr. Tanza, you're not prepared with that lot, with that calculation yet, correct?
That's correct. I have not gotten a chance to perform a bond amount for this project.
I mean, the only thing we could do, Shane, and I know Mr. Rude is trying to get started. In the past, we've allowed, and if you're still okay with it, Mr. Solari, we've allowed one lot to be like a model home and with no occupancy until the bond is placed.
Yes, yeah, no occupancy permit until bond is placed. Usually you might have a couple other items, but usually that's the way we've done it.
So we won't be, Mr. Rude, we won't be able to act on the whole.
No, I wasn't expecting the whole thing to be released at one time, but if I could get 4 or 5 lots, at least I could advertise them out and get started. Time we get this going, I mean, this road, it'll be a while before we even ask for acceptance, you know what I'm saying? And there'll be plenty of equity in the other lots there. If I could get, say, 5 lots to get started.
In the past, we've done one. I mean,
Yeah.
I think as a board, we could do one if you had one in mind, if you wanted to get started. But, and then on the 13th, we can act on the others. That's how we've done it. We've never let more than one go.
Can it be a blank? Because I don't know which one we want to do first. That was more the concern of getting a few. Can you just say you will release one lot and not a number? Is that possible?
Well, Shane, you'd have to draft the document anyway, right?
yeah, I would leave it up to the board if, I think if that's how the board wants to approach this in terms of what lot, typically from my experience, it's always probably the lot closer to the street. But if that's what the board is willing to do for one lot, that's fine. It's just, I'll have to communicate what that decision would be.
Would you be pulling a permit or anything or trying to before
Yes.
before April 13th?
My son doesn't think it'll be that fast, so we can get it at that
I want
time.
to just wait and do everything on the 13th?
If I could just say tonight that I could get one lot released, that would be good enough to get started. I really was hoping to get, like I said, 4 or 5 so we can get them going, but I'm willing to do the 13th. This is going to be, it'll be set, the bond
I
will be
keep
set.
saying the 13th, it's the 15th, I'm sorry.
15. And then there was some discussion about compaction, and we're gonna have that retested so that Mr. Kinsey will have a fresh, the engineer, the testing company 100% believes just their Proctor was off because it was consistent 95s and he wanted to get 98. And so without the right moisture content, so we're gonna resample just before, get a new Proctor on it, and then have Mr. Kinsey come out and witness them retesting it. That way there's no issues with it at all. If that's the thing, that it's not a big deal. He says it happens. Moisture content, when we made the material in the summer was really, really dry. And then we might have gotten, at that time, it was getting into late to the season, might have got some moisture. And it wouldn't, give the 98.
And if you can get the bond payment to Mr. O'Brien before our meeting on the 15th, then we can vote that night to release him.
All, of yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
So I don't know what the board thinks. In the past, we've allowed developers to do one model home just to get started without an occupancy permit,
I don't think that's a bad idea.
just so you can get started on something.
Thank you.
Wait.
I feel comfortable with it, especially if no occupancy is going to be granted.
Yeah, you're gonna be bad, so.
Yep, I'm
Shane,
fine with
you have to draw a document up anyway, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have, there's a covenant already recorded, so pretty much we would just have to, I'd have to do a document that states which lot is released, so whatever lot's decided on, that document can be produced, and then you guys as board members would sign said document. So we would have to know what number lot it would be on the screen prior to that signature. You know, the board could vote release of one lot today and not specify, but at some point we'll have an idea.
Yeah, and I'll call you. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then once he gets the amount of the bond, we'll have that, that's a cash bond, correct?
Cash bond.
Yes.
So-
Okay.
All right, so is there a motion to either release or not release one model home lot from Mr. Ruda until we get everything settled next month?
I'll make that motion.
By Mr. Geller, is there a second?
With a lot number determined before Shane's item.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Bobrowski. Yeah, I'll take the roll. Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Just apologies.
We didn't specify a lot.
No,
We missed-
KJ.
All right, I got it. So can somebody else second it? Who said? By Mr. Proudy. So do we have any discussion? Mr. O'Brien? Oh, my God.
No,
Mr. McDonald?
wrong Irish person.
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
I forget who's where. Mr. McDonald, yes. Mr. Proudy?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Greenberg?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
I know, I just, too many people, different places. All right, so do we have a motion to come out of recess on 96 Main Street?
So moved.
By Mr. Geller, do we have a second? By Mr. Greenberg, any discussion? Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Greenberg? Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Proudy?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. All right, I'm getting the names now. I got it. All right. So guys, I'm sorry.
Adam Jaspin, 60 Parkway, Marshfield. Mr. Chair, members of the board, good evening. I am one of the principals of Centerline Development, and we're here this evening to present our proposed mixed-use project at 96 Main Street. I am a former resident of Bridgewater. I was born and raised here. I'm a graduate of BR, class of 2007. Much of my family still lives in town. Joined this evening by my cousin and business partner, Brian Jaspin, also a former Bridgewater resident and a BR grad, class of 96. I'd like to begin by introducing our team. We're joined in person by our attorney, Matthew Eckel of Fletcher and Tilton, and our civil engineer, Bob Forbes of Zenith Consulting. Our architect, Ken G. Crawford of Context Workshop, and our landscape architect, Mike D'Angelo of MDLA, are joining us remotely via Zoom. You'll hear from each of them shortly. Before discussing the proposed project, I'd like to provide a little background on the property and the process that brought us here. The existing structure was built in 1895 and consists of approximately 4,000 square feet on a 39,000 plus square foot lot. Property was previously owned by Malden Real Estate Development and remained on the market for approximately 661 days before going under agreement. The structure has fallen into significant disrepair. It had most recently been rented to students and has not been properly maintained in many years. The building contains substantial lead and asbestos, and the cost to remediate and restore it makes preservation financially unrealistic. That said, we did not take demolition lightly. We spent considerable time exploring preservation scenarios, including restoring the home as a single family, as well as converting it to condos and apartments. Ultimately, none of those options proved feasible due to current construction and lending rates, material and labor costs, remediation requirements, and the need to bring the building into compliance with modern codes, including sprinkler, fire alarm, and accessibility requirements. Under current zoning, the property could yield up to 18 units by right through preservation, 16 units plus 2 additional units through bonus density. That approach would result in more residential units than what we're proposing this evening. However, that option would require constructing a substantial addition onto the existing structure to achieve that density. In our view, this would compromise the building's appearance, obscure the original facade, and ultimately undermine the benefit of preserving it. It would also conflict with the intent of the current zoning by maintaining a structure that is misaligned with the desired layout of the district. We've included an existing conditions plan for context of the current layout of the property as it sits right now. We also explored the possibility of utilizing state preservation funding. However, after discussions with the Mass Preservation Projects Fund, we were informed that the property does not qualify. The project was presented to the Historical Commission in May of 2024, followed by a site visit in August of 2024. At that time, the commission determined that the property did not hold historical significance and expressed disappointment regarding the lack of architectural integrity, particularly within the interior. On August 20th, 2024, the Historical Commission voted to allow the project to proceed. Since beginning this process in May of 2024, we've gone through 13 design revisions. It has taken us nearly 2 years to arrive at a proposal that we believe is thoughtful and appropriate for this location. Throughout that time, we've worked closely with CED and the building department to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. The CED and building department have reviewed and given input to the many revisions and evolution of this project. We have made a concerted effort to design a building that fits it within the fabric of the neighborhood. While the surrounding area is not uniform, it does have a strong sense of character, and we have aimed to reflect that in our design. We've included photos of nearby structures to help provide context. So we've got the McElwain property, a few other multifamily properties. We've also got, next slide, Brightbridge, Kingswood, Eastern Bank, and the Iron Fence Inn, and another multifamily next to the Iron Fence Inn. None of these properties really look alike, kind of driving home the point that while it's not uniform, they all hold some level of character. So we've tried to emulate that. With that, I'd like to introduce the proposed project. We are seeking site plan approval under section 10.6 and a special permit under section 9.6 to raise the existing single-family structure and construct a mixed-use building. The property is located within the CBDS zoning district, and the special permit is requested solely for the demolition of the existing structure. proposed project includes 3 ground floor commercial spaces and 16 residential units above. The project provides a total of 47 parking spaces, which is 12 more than required. The proposal complies with all applicable density, dimensional, and parking requirements. In terms of unit mix, the project includes 12 one-bedroom units and 4 two-bedroom units, all with 1 bathroom. The parking layout includes 16 residential spaces, 1 per unit, 6 guest spaces, 13 retail spaces, and 12 flex spaces. I'd like to note we are aware of the water issues affecting the town, and we are sensitive to that. However, we began this proposal 2 years ago, and ultimately, we're seeking feedback on the overall design and programming of the project at this time. At this time, I'll turn it over to Bob Forbes of Zenith Consulting to walk through the civil engineering aspects of the project.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Bob Forbes from Zenith Consulting Engineers. We're the civil engineering company that did the site layout and site design for this project. Just real quickly to get you guys situated, you know this is at 96 Main Street. For reference, it's a 39,700 square foot parcel approximately. And it's situated right in between World Insurance and Eastern Bank and directly across the street from Pearl Street. For the existing conditions, as Adam stated, there's a residential dwelling there and a garage and a shed. Not much else, lawn, whatever. For the proposed site, which is up here, the site layout, as Adam mentioned, we're proposing a mixed-use building with 3 retail units on the first floor and 16 residential units above. The parking lot, as you can see, is situated in the rear of the building, so kind of be shielded from Main Street by the building itself. And as Adam mentioned, there's 35 spaces required, but what we show here is 47 spaces, so we have ample parking here. As you may be able to see, and I may be able to highlight it for you, in the rear of the parking lot is a loading space and the dumpster pad. So we wanted to get that as far away from Main Street as well. Next. Yeah, perfect. So this is our grading and drainage plan. I just wanted to explain this. So the entry road, obviously, the driveway comes off of Main Street and the parking area behind. And what we're doing is we're taking all of the roadway, the runoff from the pavement and the driveway, and all of the roof runoff, and we're infiltrating it into the rear parking lot. Could you go to the next slide? There's the grading and drainage plan in this. Right there, perfect. So what we had to do is, in order to infiltrate all of this runoff, we needed separation between the bottom of the infiltration systems, which are situated under pavement, and the high groundwater elevation. So we had to raise up the back of this lot a few feet to be able to do that. So the parking lot is higher than the Main Street itself. And as you can see here, we're showing an infiltration chamber system to infiltrate the majority of the runoff from the parking area and the roof, and then a smaller system up front to get everything that would typically run out onto Main Street, but we're intercepting that, bringing it back and infiltrating that. Now, these systems are designed to capture and infiltrate all of the runoff up to and including the 100-year storm event. Okay, next one. So for utilities, as it talked about the drainage already, and we have a very simple situation. We have there's a water line situated right in front of the property, and we're coming out of the building and directly into that. So we're hopefully at some point we're going to be utilizing municipal water. And same thing with the sewer. There's an existing sewer line running to the house, and we're going to tie in at the same location as that, right in front of the property on Main Street. At this point, it has not been determined if we're going to be utilizing gas, and the electric will be determined by the utility company. So that's pretty much it from my end, and I believe next is going to be Kenji Crawford from the architectural firm.
Awesome. Thank you. Can we skip to the next slide?
Hold on,
Oh, we
Ken.
just have a question. Pat, can you bring your microphone to you?
I'm sorry. Just on the sheets, what sheet is that? On the grading and drainage plan?
Yeah.
There's no code. What is this dashed line? Is that a retaining wall around that
Yes.
whole side?
Yep,
So there is a retaining wall around most of this property?
yep.
Because the back comes up about 6 to 7 feet?
We know we're up, the retaining wall in general is about 4 feet, but there's a couple of spots where it exceeds 4 feet. So it's going to have to be designed by a structural engineer.
So the back, the existing grades are 92, and some areas are going up 6 feet to like 98. So that's gonna be built up quite a bit back there, huh?
Yes, absolutely. That's to get that separation that we needed to existing groundwater. It looks relatively simple when you look at at the plans, but it was extremely difficult drainage design.
Did you have a chance? I know Mr. Tanzi just got that letter out today, but did you get a chance to look at his?
I did see that, and I've reviewed it, and he did a nice thorough job, a lot of good comments, and I don't think we're gonna have any problem responding to any of those.
And I think the two biggest hurdles that you should connect with him on are the test pits need to be witnessed by him.
No problem. That's what I
And then-
spoke to Mr. Jaspin about that today.
And then he mentioned the water impact study. We got to get that going.
Understood. Yeah, we're fully aware of both of those things, and we're planning to get that taken care of ASAP.
Is there any detail for the retaining wall, what that would look like? Or?
We're not going, Adam was gonna look into that. I'm not a structural engineer, so I can't provide that design, but we can get you information on what that's gonna look like.
Great. Yeah. Thank you. While we have the engineer up, are there any preliminary engineering comments? I know that Mr. Tanzi just submitted that letter, and any engineering?
Yeah, what's the approximate size? How many chambers are there?
Actually, I can tell you exactly what that is. It's
8 rows.
Yeah.
5 rows of 7 in the front.
Thank you very much.
And
Yeah,
you
they're actually deeper too. The ones in back have a higher profile.
said that's to mitigate both the roof runoff and.
We're taking everything, all of the roof and all of the paved areas. Everything up from the site, we're infiltrating.
Thank you.
Sure.
Mr. Tanzi, why we have Zenith Engineering up here. Do you have anything to add? I know you just submitted your letter.
No, I think you've emphasized, the more important aspects, witnessing the test pits, the water impact study. There is a little bit of cleanup work with making sure that ADA compliance is maintained. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I just want to make sure that the plans are clear enough for any contractor to go out there and construct it per code. So, you know, I think once we get those test pits witnessed and everything is confirmed, I think, you know, the project will move forward.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask Mr. Tanzi who in town would be witnessing these so we can contact them tomorrow?
I will be witnessing them.
Okay, great. Perfect. I'll contact you tomorrow about that.
Very good.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, going from the overall site, I'd like to continue looking at the plans and focus on the building's design and layout. With a minimal footprint and per the zoning requirements, the ground floor features 3 commercial spaces, all averaging about 1,000 gross square feet. 2 are entered from the front facade, and the third is entered from the side through a pathway adjacent to the driveway. The portion highlighted in blue represents the residential portion of the ground floor and with a main lobby entrance in the front and an additional rear entry for residents coming from the parking lot. The first floor includes an area for mail, a dedicated bike room, elevator access, and mechanical spaces for the entire building. Additionally, the red dashed line you see on either side of the building identifies adequate street access for the fire department, with the driveway being available as a secondary option. Unlike the existing setback structure, our design brings the building to the street edge. This activates the commercial spaces and screens the rear parking while creating a landscaped, inviting environment for patrons, residents, and visitors. Go to the next slide, please. Awesome. On this slide, we show the overall boundaries of the units on the upper 2.5 stories. As mentioned earlier, there are 12 one-bedroom units averaging 600 square feet and 4 two-bedroom units spread across the third and upper half story, averaging a little over 900 square feet. On either side of the page are enlarged examples of typical one-bedroom units, featuring an open floor kitchen and living room design, abundant natural lighting, in-unit washer dryer, and in some units, generous deck access from the common living areas. The third floor follows a similar layout to the levels below, with exceptions for the 2-bedroom units. In these plans, 1 bedroom is on the main floor, while the 2nd bedroom is on the half story above, accessible via internal stairs. Because this is an accessible building, we designed these units to accommodate personal lifts should future tenants require them. We move on to the next slide, please. Yeah, on this slide, we can see that they're in an example of an enlarged floor plan of a 2-bedroom unit. The upper half story will accommodate only residential spaces, providing ample height clearance through the use of shed dormers, which I'll highlight in the elevations later on. Next slide. As our firm name implies, we carefully designed this building to be compatible with the scale and aesthetic of Bridgewater's historic downtown, reflecting the character of similar local communities. Just to reiterate, the site's location facing the property from the street, East Bank neighbors us on the right, followed by a 1-story commercial space and the Mechanics Cooperative Bank to its left. And then across the street, we have the Trinity Episcopal Church and the Bright Bridge Credit Union just beyond. Keeping this in mind and looking to the immediate surrounding buildings, we notice that they feature mostly light, neutral colors accented by a mix of dormers, porches, and bays. In similar fashion, we utilized bays and balconies incorporated along the facade to break up the building's larger mass and create some visual depth along the street frontage. Next slide. Taking a brief moment to appreciate the elevations, a few things stand out. On the exterior, we're using lap siding on the 1st and 2nd floors, with shake siding on the upper stories and projecting bays, painted in a light neutral tone with white trim. Even though the overall height of the building complies with the zoning height restrictions, we realize that its presence is a bit larger than its immediate context. This is partly due to the required height of 15 feet for the commercial spaces, but we hope that the increased storefront glazing along the street and driveway facades will create a welcoming environment. You can see that marked by 1 and 3 and 4. To manage the building's size and blend in with the neighborhood, we've designed a hybrid roof that balances traditional styles with modern functionality. Overall, we're implementing a hip roof accented by gable roofs over the bays that extend down to the third story. On those same bays, we've added shed-style dormers to maximize the usable space in the upper story, half story. A limited flat roof area will accommodate mechanical equipment located away from pedestrian sightlines and screened as necessary. As a result, the building presents itself with an eye-pleasing roofline when viewed from the public way. Combined, the building underscores colonial design elements common throughout the region and complements the established qualities of downtown Bridgewater. Next slide. Finally, on this last slide, we have 2 bird's eye axonometric drawings showing the front and rear views. Overall, the project is designed to support the pedestrian-oriented character of downtown, activate the ground floor with commercial uses, and contribute to the ongoing vitality of the Main Street corridor. With that, I'll turn it over to Michael D'Angelo from MDLA to discuss the landscape design.
Could I just ask you a quick question? Maybe Mr.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It's too bad the first floor so much is taken up by staircases. Is there any, has that law passed yet where you can have one staircase? Could they eliminate one staircase in this building yet?
It would be, the designer will show costs.
Well, I know that the governor was looking at removing a staircase.
That was looking at a lot of stuff.
But that hasn't, to save cost, and I just, from a cost saving standpoint, to try to make those units a little bigger. There's no law right now where you can
The
remove.
problem is that you're talking about second and third egress, and as of right now, the building code shows two sets of stairs.
But if that changes before they construct it, they can.
Mr. Driscoll, we can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, as of right now, the way the building code reads, the 2 sets of stairs would need for egress. If something changes by the time it starts and the applicants want to change the stair, everything has to meet the building code. That's all that really is a quote. And I'm sure their design professional will determine if that case does come into effect.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good evening. My name is Mike D'Angelo with MDLA. We're landscape architects. For this project, we were responsible for the planting and the lighting plans. So just to give you a brief highlight of the intent with the design, starting along the road, you can see the dashed red line. Those are overhead wires. So we weren't able to put any additional trees, along the road. So we were able to put them on our property. So you'll see two trees there, which kind of serve as a street tree. Overall, we're adding 25 trees to the property. You'll see a mix of native and drought tolerant material that could withstand snow compaction, kind of planted around the edges, mixing in some colorful perennials where possible. You'll note in the top left corner there, the plan, a small dog relief area for residents. We think that's important to provide a designated space for people with pets. As someone mentioned earlier, there's a retaining wall on the property. On the lower side, the south side of the property, we're planting that entire area with a native conservation seed mix, and you'll see some trees mixed into that area as well. Along the northern and southern portion of the property line, we have a 6-foot high privacy fence. On the western side of the property, we do not have a fence. We have a lot of planted material there that kind of serves as our buffer. Next slide. So this is the photometric plan for the site, and you'll notice we are lighting the parking lot with pole lights. The pole lights are between 14 and 18 feet tall, which is less than what the zoning code requires or allows, rather. Along the building, we are using building model lights to light around the building. So a fairly straightforward lighting plan. that ensures that we're not having any light spill over the property line, and all of the lights are dark sky compliant. Next slide. And next slide. And this is just a color version of the plan. It's a little easier to read. So you can see the areas where we're planting trees, some of those, the planting around the parking lot, around the foundation plantings along the building, and then that native meadow seed area on the southern portion of the property. You can also see the fence is highlighted in red on the northern southern portion of the property. That's it for landscape.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board. For the record, my name is Matt Eckel, and I'm an attorney with Fletcher Tilton as part of the project team. I know we've thrown a lot of information at you already, so I'll be brief, but just want to kind of summarize the proposal and where we stand now. We do see this project as having a lot of economic and social benefits. It'll provide a significant increase to the tax base with both the residential units and obviously the 3 new commercial spaces we're proposing. We truly believe this is the type of mixed-use development in and around the CBDR and CBDS that was envisioned and which will benefit the town and draw businesses and residential units and activity to these areas. As mentioned, we have the 3 commercial units as part of this project itself, as well as the residential units. So not only do we hope the residential units will contribute to existing businesses, but also frequent the 3 commercial spaces right below and just generate more general activity to the area. It also promotes home ownership of quality new construction in a kind of a different typology of these smaller 1 and 2 bedroom units. Next slide. As the board and everyone here knows, Main Street is a gateway into Bridgewater, and we really think this project will revitalize this lot itself and serve as kind of a stepping stone to the downtown area. As the board knows, the building that currently exists does have some exterior charm, but as deemed by the Historical Commission, was not really historically significant. And we think this new project will help actually add to a new aesthetic and a nice aesthetic here on this lot. As mentioned by Adam, this street and this area specifically has a lot of character and charm, not necessarily uniform character and charm. So we tried to take certain bits and pieces of different buildings and really incorporate them all into this building to respect the existing infrastructure, but also have a nice modern look that fits within this streetscape. Again, these condo units, they will be for home ownership. They will provide opportunities for either empty nesters or young professionals who either can't afford a single family home or quite frankly don't need the space and want a lower maintenance type property. So we think that really brings value and introduces a different typology of housing here at this property. Just the next slide. And just in conclusion, again, I touched on it a little bit and Adam certainly did. While the team generally supports restoring buildings and preservation, this just isn't the case for it. The cost benefit, it doesn't exist. It's economically infeasible to restore the home and keep it as its current occupancy. And obviously to add any addition to it would kind of just take away from whatever charm exists. Because the building's set so far back, that addition would probably be built in front of it and negate any benefits of keeping the structure. As mentioned, the Historical Commission didn't even impose demo delay because they were at their site visit not very impressed with the historical character of it. So we think we cleared that hurdle in terms of the demo and the special permit that's necessary to take the building down. We think, obviously this promotes, we have plenty of parking and we built in extra parking because of the commercial spaces, right? You can't necessarily anticipate how much parking will be needed there. So the goal was to meet parking both in terms of the residential units, the visitor parking required, and then also the specific low-level guidelines for commercial, while also having those flex spaces to allow for visitors or for businesses that are thriving to actually accommodate their patrons on the property. So just to summarize again, 16 overall residential units on floors 2 and 3 and a portion of that half floor above, with 12 one-bedroom units, 4 two-bedroom units, and the 3 ground floor commercial spaces, all coming in at around 1,000 square feet. We do have the 47 total parking spaces, all positioned in the rear, so they're nicely screened and buffered from the street and from abutters with both the fencing and the natural landscaping and buffering. This does comply with all density, dimensional, and parking regulations. And, you know, as mentioned, this has been a long time coming. We're thankful for the board for hearing us tonight. We are looking forward to hearing your feedback on the program, on the design and the aesthetics. And at this point, I'll pause, and our team is all available for any questions or comments. So thank you again.
Okay, Mr. Brady, turn your mic on.
From all the pictorials and all of your designs here, I don't see anything referring to signage where it will be placed for the commercial building or the condo, or the commercial spaces or the condo. Where will
Sure.
they be?
Yeah, so we do have, and we can speak further to this, but we have the two, well, we actually have each commercial space has their own main entrance. So we will want to draw some signage to each individual building, or individual commercial space, I should say. And then the main residential entrance is through kind of the center of the building. That's their common corridor and entry. So we would seek to have signage for each use to really direct people where to go. You know, so obviously some nice signage for the residential to direct residents and guests there. And then, you know, we don't have tenants yet, so obviously some people have specific signage needs, but we would look to comply with any signage regulations and certainly make sure that we you know, draw the focus to where it should be to orient people when they're coming to the property.
Are you foreseeing a pylon sign or signs above each and every business?
I would imagine above each area, but I'll defer to Adam on that.
I would imagine potentially a pylon sign for the building, for the address,
Just for the address? Okay.
and individual signs for the commercial spaces.
And do you know, based on your facade, where they would be placed? Because I don't see a lot of room for signage for the commercial.
For the commercial spaces, I would,
Just an idea.
we can,
I'm sure that has
we
been
can
thought.
discuss it internally, but I would assume above the entrance to that individual space. So for example, the front spaces, right now we show glazing, but we could put signage above the entry door on the glass, or maybe not glaze that particular area.
Do you know if they'll be internally lit or
Probably not. We could consider that, as long as it's in compliance with any lighting requirements.
yeah, I mean, you're trying to make the building look as uncommercial as it can be.
Sure.
So in that respect, do you want internally lit signs or signs that are externally lit with hanging?
I understand. Externally lit.
Yeah, okay, that's better. I understand that. Okay, I'd be willing to, I'm excited to see what that's going to look like when you
Great.
finally get it done.
I actually have a couple questions for you. So these will be condos for sale?
Yes.
resident units?
That's correct.
So the parking spots for those units, you got one spot per unit. Will those spots be like numbered deeded spots per unit?
Correct.
So they'll have their assigned spot?
Each unit will be deeded one space.
And will they be like numbered so they have their?
Yes,
specific
we'll have a
space?
numbering system, which we haven't identified
I have
yet.
to say, it's a nice looking building. You guys did a good job with it.
Thank you.
The one other part is, what kind of retail do you anticipate? Is that a walk-in kind of retail? Are you looking for office space retail? Are you looking?
It's a great
for what-
question.
Well, you're gonna be with residential. in a
Whoever
mix
we
of
can-
Whatever you can get.
Most likely, we envision these offices being filled most likely by insurance agents, attorneys,
Office.
real estate office.
Marriott.
I'd love to see a coffee shop. I don't think it's realistic. But I think they're most likely office use.
It's a nice looking building.
It is.
Thank you.
Adam, so again, KJ, really nice project. I
Thank
like
you.
it a lot. Can you bring up the parking again, though, the parking spaces?
Sure. I have to.
Mr.
request-
Jessman, is
Yeah,
that a
you gotta
mem- is that a-
reshare.
Is that a member of your team trying to speak, or is that?
No, I think that's members of the public. I did get something in the chat that people are having a tough time hearing board members.
All right, so we will,
You can just-
we will do public comment after the board has their questions all of that.
Perfect. All right. So the only thing I see is, of course, this winter we had a bad winter, right? So all those spaces is taken. Where do you plan for snow removal, or where do you plan on pushing the snow? Because if you have all those spaces and then you get the dumpster in the corner, then you got a wall, retaining wall, I don't see where you guys would be able to even remove, like you'd have to literally remove it. Is there gonna be like a plan, like a?
So we have 12 spaces more than required. If there is so much snow that there's nowhere to store it beyond we have a few relief areas. We have a relief area here. And just beyond these parking spaces here. If we have nowhere else to put it, we may need to take some of the flex spaces, there's 12 spaces in addition to what's required. If we have to remove snow, we can certainly consider that, but I don't think we would rush to that right now.
I mean, the only thing I would like to see is like you have a plan. I mean, because, the board the town always gets in, a problem when there's a bunch of people going in there, and they can't park, and
Sure.
then you're gonna have problems. So I feel like there should be like a plan to where the snow should be removed or pushed or something better than what you kind of have now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can identify a snow removal plan.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Anything else?
And I know we just got the letter, but that was one of Mr. Tanzi's comments today too. Yeah, we just got it. It's not your bad. That's fine.
Go ahead. Mr. Chair, I have another question about your native conservation mix that's going down there. So that's gonna be what, about 6 feet below the parking lot?
That's correct.
And is there like no maintenance to that? You're just letting stuff grow wild?
Yeah, it's supposed to be weed whacked once in the fall. So someone would have to jump down there with a weed whacker and take care of that once a year.
That's what I mean. Do you plan on any access going down to that? And then the other question I have, you're spending all that money. I'd hate to see you dump snow over that wall and kill everything down there that you're gonna spend money on. So do you plan on putting a fence on top of that retaining wall, or?
There's a guardrail on top of the retaining wall at this moment.
Say that again?
There's a guardrail on top of the retaining wall because of the fall height.
Right.
And there will be access for maintenance along the southern property line, along the Bierce Insurance property.
Okay. I just also, any trash going down there and stuff, I'd hate to see all that get built up back there.
There'll be an HOA, so landscaping will be factored into
Oh, okay.
the HOA.
Okay. And then, I think as we stated earlier, I'd like to see what the retaining wall is going to look like. Any other type of details that need to be filled in on the plans.
Okay.
All for now.
Just architecturally, when you said the shakes, so you're gonna use wood like dip shingles,
Not cedar shakes, we'll use hardy,
like hardy plank?
but they'll look like cedar
There'll be
shakes.
hardy plank down below, just,
Yes, hardy plank lap and hardy shake.
all right, great. And that'll be painted, obviously.
Yeah, right now we're showing on the
Painted.
rendering Arctic white,
Right.
but most likely we will go with Arctic white.
Arctic white on the whole building?
Yes.
All right, so the building was shown as looking gray?
The elevation appears gray, but if you look at
All right, no, that,
the rendering,
I like the Arctic white better, actually, but.
You gonna stay with the black windows as well?
black windows, Arctic white siding, white trim, black gutters.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just personally, I think, we just need to have those engineering issues addressed
Sure.
with, Mr. Tansey, get those test pits addressed and get the water issue straightened out. And hopefully, as time goes on, we'll have some more clarity. I know we're trying to get this water issue resolved as fast as possible, but I know we heard a number of times you had meetings with Mr. Solari and had to keep reworking it. So thanks for working with him because I think this is the type of project we want downtown, home ownership and nice commercial space. I think, there's no residential on the ground, but I think it's everything we want downtown. So I think it's a nice plan.
Nice project. Thank you.
Any other board initial comments? I think we have to, the main thing is working out the engineering with Mr. Tanzi and getting that squared away. Any other board comments, questions?
No, just like everyone, it's a very well thought out plan.
Great, thank you, guys.
It's nice to have a plan with adequate parking as well. I mean, some of these plans we get are so tight with parking that the commercial spaces aren't viable and,
It is a different, dollar space per square foot if it changes from regular commercial to, like you said, a coffee shop or whatnot, seats, and it would change.
It affects our
So
parking.
you might want
requirement.
to leave some of your extra spaces in reserve if you
Yes.
do decide to change your.
Having the 12 flex spaces provides us flexibility for the commercial use. While we realistically probably will fill them with office space, if we do have the flexibility for a coffee shop, or I think we even discussed potentially some type of fitness studio would qualify. I don't think any restaurant use would qualify here.
I'm also happy to see that the abutters, especially 90, which is dwarfed next to your project, is in support of your project.
Yes.
yes. And I did say, just for the record, we did get 2 letters of support, so. Any other board comments, questions? We can come back to it, but Mr. Solari, Anna? Mr. Tanzi, Mr. Rulli, or Mr. McDonald at this point?
Nothing for me.
Good, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
I'm all set for now, Mr. Chairman.
Members of the public, so we'll open up the public comment section of the hearing. Feel free to. If somebody has a question or a comment, or want to speak in favor or against the project, please feel free to do so either in person or on Zoom. And just state your name and address for the record, Mr. Jemian.
All right, so we're going to take people in person first and then Zoom.
We'll take people in person first, and then we'll go to Zoom.
Ray Jemian, Aldrich Road. Just a couple quick comments. I mentioned that we have a new tree warden, and he's very good, both identifying trees in terms of sustainability, raising the sidewalks and so forth. I would suggest that you, when the landscaping plan comes in, you at least show the tree warden what trees are proposed being planted to have him look. We're going to give you in a short time a new tree list because of his comments. So I would highly recommend that you run the types of trees that are proposed by him simply for his okay and suggestions. Secondly, when I was on the board, it seemed to me that we're always trying to get more parking space. Seems to me unique that we have excess parking. And I always remember that we always had a place for snow removal. I would think that you would require a place for snow removal instead of just hoping that it goes one way or the other, or simply even more green space if you can do it. That's all. Thanks.
All right. Mr. Costa asked a question. Mr. Tanzi did ask for engineering to address the snow. But Mr. Jemian brings up a good point. What is it? The street trees there are not very attractive right now. Is that correct? Does anybody know?
Looking at Google Images, the only street tree I could see on the facade currently is kind of at the edge of the property.
Right.
So if you go on Google Maps, it's like a tree that's kind of you have the kind of where the property line is, then you have the sidewalk, and then you kind of have that inner area where comparatively to across the street, you have a lot more tree cover over there. Whereas on this side, it's kind of very sporadic on that side of Main Street where you have some on the inner edge and then some gaps until you get a little bit further down where you have kind of a little more tree coverage down Main Street.
So Mr. Jemian, that's probably where we should have the tree wood and take a look. There's the street trees in front of their frontage and see what should be replaced there. Because that would help the project look better, the street. look
Yeah,
better.
that brings up the whole issue of street.
You guys are working on replacing
Yeah,
those.
that's what I was gonna say. We're, the whole, both Broad Street and Main Street need new trees, and that's a part of the overall plan that we're looking at.
Well, at least there's 106 feet of frontage there. They can take care of that 106 feet.
That'd be great, yeah.
With the street trees that you're planning on using in that
Right.
district. So if you could provide us with that feedback,
We could do that.
what trees are being planted on.
Yep.
We can have them mark that in with their
Okay.
landscape architect.
Good, thanks.
You also mentioned that there was a list that he had of acceptable trees would be helpful. We had the list.
We have the list.
You have the list right now that we modified a couple of years ago. Since we have a tree ward now, he is suggesting a couple of the trees that we have on the list be taken off.
Could be an
And,
updated
Yes, we'll give you an updated list within the week, actually.
But the difference is on Main Street, you have already started replacing
No,
trees
I-
with a certain
I'm
variety,
aware.
so
Yeah.
you
Right,
probably want to stick with that variety.
right. Good, thanks.
Any other public? Sir, come on up.
Hopefully my audio.
Hi, Richard Baird. I'm here with my wife Beverly. We live at 120 Main Street. So I had, I want to say, very impressed with the, what's going to be done at the project. And that building has been an eyesore for so many years. So we're just glad that something's going to be replacing it with, that looks great. My only concern is it's so, I mean, I know there's not much frontage and it's going to be so tall, it's going to make things a little bit different than what it was, but that's the way it is. And my only other concern is, and I'm sure there's no work around it, but my concern is that that entrance and exit is right at the mouth of Pearl Street. And it's going to be, yeah, we've seen a lot of accidents there. We've seen a lot of congestion, people trying to get in and out and back and forth. And that's not to say whoever moves into the bank property, the driveway is side by side. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It would have been nice to see that driveway entrance on the other side of the building, but I think it's all based on property lots and whatever. My only concern is in that area, because our back lots share the same woodland, there is a lot of wildlife in that area. I mean, we've seen deer, coyotes, rabbits, and all sorts of animals in our yard, so I know they're out there. That building has been abandoned for I don't know how long. My concern is that there are wildlife living in the building. I know there's a woodchuck that used to live in our yard, moved over to that property, and they're living under the front porch. And we've got rats in the neighborhood. My only concern is that when demolition starts, wildlife's going to scatter and they're going to come into into the woods, into our yard, into whoever else's. I just would like to see a plan for rodent control be put in place before the demolition starts, to make sure that whatever's in there, living in there, if there's anything, I'm sure there are, that's taken care of before the demolition starts.
Mr. Solari, what is required before demolition for baiting and trapping a building like that?
Steve, if you want to sit here, there's another mic, so.
On demolition, we have a list of all sign-offs, which is, your typical electric company, fire department, if there's oil tanks in it, fire department just for normal tear downs. But usually when it comes to extermination, that could be an item that you can add to a condition. I know most buildings of the size, usually it's automatic, the contractor, but if you want to put it as an order condition for the demo to make sure that an extermination company goes in first, that's a common item that's done with especially larger commercial properties around. But usually it is part of the Board of Health usually gets a sign off, and if they have any a lot of the Board of Health will request, that one for their sign off. So it usually is part, but it's not a bad idea to put it as a condition so that on the demo that, it's there. But I can almost guarantee 100% that the applicants have already had that figured in. So, okay, thank you.
Yes, part of our plan. Thank you.
Is there anybody else from the audience that's here that would like to speak? Okay, Mr. O'Brien, can you manage?
Yeah, I'll have, we'll go online. We'll have Nancy Hassey Ross speak. I'll unmute you and you're good to go.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to reiterate a concern around the drainage. I'm in a butter to the property next to the dentist office at 39.
And just if you could, so we know where you live, you state your name and address for the record, please.
That's what I was right about to do. So I live at 39 Union Street, and my name is Nancy Hasey Ross. And my concern is with development that's already taken place. The home that I live in, it's been in my family for over 100 years. And the backyard now, the water tables have shifted so that my backyard continually is underwater. So actually this project may help the situation, at least I hope so, with the drainage being proposed, but I certainly hope that it doesn't get worse. So drainage is of big concern. And then the only other item I want to mention is the lighting. Given the parking is the area that's going to abut my property, just ensuring that the lighting isn't too extreme in terms of hitting the abutting properties. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And just say, we did receive a letter from our town engineer today. And one of the things that he wants to do is go out there and ensure the ground is what they're saying it is, and that the drainage will function the way that they're saying it's going to function. So they will do another on-site visit and do some test bits just to make sure that concerns that you have are addressed. And we also, we also do have a lighting plan that will be reviewed if it hasn't been reviewed by our town engineer to make sure there are no adverse effects on abutting properties.
That's great. Again, I think because of other development that's taken place, again, there's serious flooding that's taking place currently. But thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have a Janet's iPad with their hand raised.
Hi, Janet Hanson, Pleasant Street. First off, we are having difficulty hearing the planning board members. We hear Mr. Driscoll, but I think it's because you're talking right into the microphone. But the others, you need to get up to your microphone and make sure it's on, because we can't hear you. The Zoom people we hear, so I turn my volume up and the Zoom people are like blasting. So if you could speak into your mic, that'd be great. That being said, I definitely like your plans 100% better than 2 years ago when they were first, being proposed. They were not acceptable, and I was not sure what these were going to look like. So I was pleasantly surprised when I saw your plans, the pictures of what it's going to look like. So hopefully you stick with that. And as far as cutting trees down, I'm always concerned when trees are cut down of wildlife. It's ideally if you could cut them during the winter when there's no baby animals and less disturbance. But gentleman mentioned about concern about wildlife, particularly rats living in there, which is very possible. But please, 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 please do not have rat poison. Rat poison kills more than rats, and rats don't die instantly when you give them rat poison. So want to work with the town to not allow rat poison. So when I heard that, I just want to make sure that that is a consideration, because it will kill the owls. It will kill the animals that eat those rats. they will die. The babies will die. So please, please, please don't use rat poison. I wasn't even going to mention that until he mentioned it. I didn't even think about it. But I just wanted to say that I was pleased to see. It will take some getting used to just have that building right up on the sidewalk. It is a shame that the building itself, the original house, can't be saved because that was very nice looking. The building is up against the sidewalk, so as I say, that's going to take some getting used to because right now everything's set back. But I just wanted to be concerned about trees cutting, wildlife and native trees, and no poison, please. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I don't see anyone else with their virtual hand raised, nor there's anyone in the chat asking to speak.
All right, so if there's nobody else to speak, this will be continued. There will be another opportunity to speak. So if there's nobody else that wishes to speak this evening, we'll close the public input section of this. And I'll open it back up to the board. If there's any additional comments, I know they have to work with Mr. Tanzi to address his comments that we received today. And I don't know if you have met with the Water and Sewer Department and the DPW on the water situation at all, or have you worked on getting a water impact study going yet?
We have not worked on a water impact study yet. We did meet, we had a technical review with water, DPW, and building. There were no concerns voiced at that time about the project or the design regarding utility, water, sewer, drainage.
Okay. So I think, Mr. O'Brien, we can work one of Mr. Tanzi's comments. So just so we keep things moving, who's gonna, Mr. Tanzi, are you gonna work with them on getting the water impact study that you're requesting going? Are we gonna work on that, Mr. O'Brien?
It would be through the water department, so.
Okay. And then the test pits. So if you could connect with Mr. Tanzi and Mr. Antonero, the DPW director, and Mr. O'Brien can probably facilitate some of that just to get the ball rolling, but and then we can continue this. So
Yeah, I can send them out some water impact statement forms and help them get that ball rolling, Mr. Chairman.
okay. So basically, all of the comments that you made, you can work with the applicant to make sure those get moving, correct?
Yes.
Right. Thank you. All right. So, Mr. Tanzi and Zenith, do you want, our next meeting's on the 15th. Do you think you'd be able to coordinate everything by then? Or do you want to go to the first meeting in May?
So I don't think we're gonna have any problem getting our end of it done by the 15th, but it's certainly gonna be up to, I don't know what Mr. Tanzi's schedule is like. So I don't know how quickly we could get out there. We can get a machine out there relatively quickly.
I might not be able to get a review turned around by April 15th. I do have a bid opening on that date for the Winter Street project. But we can move it along, and if I can get something turned around by the 15th, all the better. If not, then we can just put it out to the 21st or wherever, whatever the next
certainly.
date was.
How long are water impact statements taking now, studies?
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, they're taking a while, Mr. Chairman. It's probably going to be about 2 months, I think.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we, if somebody wants to make a motion to continue this, if there's to the 15th, and then just, it's likely that I'll probably have to go to the first meeting in May.
Understood.
So it's up to you guys. Do you want to just set it for the first meeting in May, or do you want to go to the 15th and then potentially continue it?
If it's likely that the water impact won't be ready by the 15th, I say we continue to first week in May.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. We can, whatever you want to do, the 15th or the 1st of May.
That's fine. First meeting in May would be
I think
great.
the board is just going to be waiting for the data from the test pits that you do, the water impact studies, that's what we're gonna be waiting for. So
Sure.
if we don't have that information, we'll just be continuing it. So it's up to you guys.
Understood.
First week in May?
Yeah, so that would be the May 6th meeting,
May 6th.
May 6th.
Is there any other board comments or staff comments?
Yeah, just a request, Mr. Chairman, site visit, appropriate?
Sure. Yep.
So I'll send something out through the chair.
Is the applicants okay with us going on the property to do a site visit?
Happy to meet you there as well.
All right. And
Could we have, road opening, building corners marked, if that's not too much trouble? Sure. And possible running stormwater and
Tom, your mic. Sorry. Different in person.
again, building corners, road opening,
you want parking lot corners? So you can see
Yes.
some parking lot corners?
parking lot corners, and perimeter of the building, the entire layout of the
footprint and boundary.
boundary.
Building footprint, road opening,
boundary.
parking,
Any stormwater? well,
parking
we won't go there.
corners,
Yeah,
correct?
parking corners. Where the parking lot is.
I mean, all the stormwater is infiltrated, so there's.
That's all I
yeah.
was gonna say.
All right. And then why don't you let us know when you might be able to have that done? And then once you say it'll be done by a certain date, Mr. O'Brien can send out a doodle poll.
Yeah, I'll coordinate with y'all for when your availability is, as well as planning board members. We'll try to get the most amount of board members together, post it online, and then kind of go from there.
All right, great.
Cool.
All right, so do we have a motion to continue this to May 4th?
6.
So moved. I'm losing my mind tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
Second.
So May 4th. Who made the motion?
May 6th.
Steve made the motion. Tom made the second.
I've been up since 3 a.m., so May 6th. Who made the motion?
I did.
Mr. Geller, Mr. Pratty seconded it. Let's see if I get the names right. Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
You didn't fall asleep? No?
Nope.
Mr. Greenberg?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Pratty?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. So thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad you brought all this. No, we're not doing it. All right, I didn't think so. What I do all these. All right, so next up, we have 4 public hearings. They're all in the same location. They're all lots that are adjacent to each other. So, Mr. O'Brien,
Hey.
can I open all 4 public hearings at once, or do we have to have one at a time?
If you want to read the public hearings for each one, because it was noticed for each one, so I'll bring up the legal ad. It's going to be a lot of reading, Mr. Chair.
That's all right. No, I got it. So, so for people that are here for, we have Lot 1 Oak Street. So this is 167 Oak Street. We're going to open the public hearing for a special permit for Lot 1 Oak Street, which is formerly 167 Oak Street, map 11, lot 71. This is a special permit and a site plan approval under 10.5 and 10.6 of the Bridgewater zoning ordinance, and table uses A2 to construct a new duplex home in residential D. There are 4 of these applications, so we'll go through each one. We'll start with Lot 1. Are you prepped for 1 first?
Whichever way you want to go, I'm comfortable.
So we'll start with Lot 1, we'll go to Lot 2, Lot 3, and Lot 4, but I will read all 4 public hearing notices now. So we did post 4 public hearing notices in the Brockton Enterprise on 3/4/26 and 3/11/26. And they read on Wednesday, March 18th, 2026 at 6:30 PM, the Bridgewater Planning Board will be conducting a public hearing in council chambers at 66 Central Square, Bridgewater, Mass, and via Zoom. There's a link provided. On an application by Falconary Construction for a special permit and site plan approval under 10.5, 10.6 of the Bridgewater zoning ordinance and table of uses A2 to construct a new duplex home in a residential D district located on Oak Street, displayed as Lot 1 on an A&R plan formerly part of 167 Oak Street, Bridgewater, Mass. Assessors map 11, Lot 71. The plans were prepared by Zenith Consulting Engineers and are on file with the town clerk, the CED office, and the website. All interested persons are encouraged to attend, and this was posted by the Bridgewater Planning Board. Again, that was 3/4/26 and 3/11/26 in the Enterprise. So why don't I'll read each one as we go, just to keep it simple.
Sure.
So if you want to walk through, I know we did also receive correspondence from Mr. Tanzi on each lot, and we did receive a review from Mr. O'Brien on each lot. I don't believe we received any public correspondence, correct?
I received an inquiry, I think I forwarded to the board. I'll have to, I don't think it was pertaining to necessarily the property. I think it was just more kind of a question of interest.
And again, just as you know, and you probably heard with the water emergency that we're in, water hookups are not on the table at this point. There'll have to be a water impact study that's done, and we'll have to figure out how if we go forward with the permits, how it's conditioned and whatnot. And there is a section that has to be met in terms of water supply. So I believe one of the comments that Mr. Tanzi made is that he wouldn't require a water impact study for each property, but for the project as a whole. So, so if you want to take
Sure.
over and start with lot 1, we'll do that.
All right, certainly. My name is Jamie Bissonette with Zenith Consulting Engineers, for the record. Just as a note, we did file the water impact study in late February. I want to say sometime around the 27th.
Oh, great. So it's already been started then?
It's been submitted to the engineering department. I don't know where it's at.
So Mr. Tanzi, did you receive that? And do you know where that is in the process?
Yes, I did. And it was forwarded to our consultant.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So before you, with lot 1, as will be with the additional 3 lots after that, we're looking for a special permit to construct a duplex dwelling on the property. It was about 4 months ago, we were in front of you with an A&R plan dividing this property. Our original intention was to connect to sewer, but in discussing sewer with water and sewer, there's some type of a moratorium that would restrict our tying in until DEP is finished signing off on that particular line in general, which should take place either later on this year at some point or possibly next year from what we were told. So that being said, what we did was we
Can you say that again about signing off on what?
So the DEP, my understanding is that DEP has permitted the line and everything has met the requirements for the DEP, but they're going through the paperwork to authorize it so people could tie in addition to what are already calculated for into the line. So
But I saw on some of these plans, you have septic systems proposed.
So what I was saying was we originally were planning on tying into sewer, and what we did was we changed, once we found out about that, we changed and went out and perked each individual lot and have designed septic systems for each lot. And since that time, we've been made aware of the water situation as well. And so right now what we're trying to do is trying to work wells onto each of the lots to make them functional without having to tie into water. Our preference is to tie into the municipal water, but understanding that this may take some time, we're considering putting in wells for each lot as well. So at this time, what we're looking for is a special permit for the duplex dwelling. We've gone through some previous applications that the board has considered and approved. Typically, the board's looking for landscaping to be placed on the lot. We have added that to each plan. Roof drains, those have been added to each plan. I believe that we meet the zoning and site plan requirements for each site, 2 parking spaces, setbacks, lot coverage, etc. happy to go over any of those with you. We did get comments from engineering. We will address those with a follow-up set of plans. But again, we're working between the water and the well part right now. Wanted to turn in one final set of plans, hopefully, to not bog you down with a bunch of paper. I'd be happy to answer any questions on lot 1 here.
So this may not be a question for you, and I didn't, but these look like they are going to be condoized, correct? These properties? They're going to be condoed, the properties? Is it one condo association for the 4 lots, or will each lot have its own condo association? Okay.
Each would have its own, yeah. And we've submitted a draft set of condo docs, which engineering is also.
And I saw the engineering doc, the nice looking building, so.
Yes.
All right, any board questions on this lot 1? I saw Mr. Tanzi's.
So what, one well for 2 units?
That's correct. We'd be looking to put 1 well per building. So if we can fit, and again, we're in the preliminary stages, we'd be looking to place 1 well per lot to serve that building.
And the septics would be separate or one?
They would also be 1. They may have separate tanks. We haven't decided whether there'll be 2 tanks or 1, but the leaching field will be 1 leaching field.
Were the test pits witnessed by the Board of Health?
Yes, and we have additional test pits scheduled for Monday since we're exploring the well
Okay.
part of things. When we were originally just looking at the septic, we perked every lot and designed the septics and then trying to fit the wells with the 150-foot setback to septic and 25 feet to the property lines. It makes things difficult. Title V doesn't have those same requirements. So we're going to have to do some additional testing to try to slide systems further away from where we'd like to seat the wells.
Okay, thank you. Any other board questions or comments at this point? They have to address Mr. Tanzi's comments, and let's see how the water impact study comes out. Anything additional from the board on this? Mr. McDonald, do you have anything?
Nope, nothing for me. I'm good.
All right. I know this is considered lot 1. There are 4 lots. Is there anybody in attendance from the public that would like to speak on this particular lot? Is there anybody on Zoom that would like to speak on this particular lot?
I think we have one person. We have a Janet's iPad raised or hand raised. So,
Hi.
Janet, you good?
Janet Hanson, Pleasant Street. I don't really have anything to say. I was just interested, but I have to say, I'm just letting you know that we still cannot hear the planning board. I'm having difficulty hearing even the presenter. You got to speak into the mics, and I don't know what the volume problem is, but the people on Zoom, we can hear fine. But
Can you still hear me, Mrs. Hanson, or no?
I can hear you, but you're fading out. If you can, could you do me a favor and speak right into the mic and see if that makes a difference?
Can you hear me now?
That's better, yes. So, and I see others that are sitting back. You got to speak into the mics. But I just want to let you know that the public is not hearing you. So if we're going to do Zoom, I just want to let everybody know you got to speak into the mics. I apologize, but I'm ready to leave because I can't hear anything.
Okay, I'm
So-
sorry about that.
So right into the mics, make it your best friend. Thank you.
All right, if there's no other public comment and no other staff comments, do you want to go to the 15th, to the, I think the 6th of it?
We have the next 2 meetings are April 5th. I mean, goodness.
15th?
Sorry, I got what you have. April 15th to May 6th.
Can we go for the 15th? And then if that does not work out with the water impact study, we'll continue to the 6th?
Sure.
Or if we can cite wells and decide to go that avenue, we'll be here on the 15th as well.
Okay. Yep. You guys good? So, all right. So do we have a motion to continue this to the 15th?
I'll make a motion to continue to the 15th.
So motion by Mr. Greenberg. Is there a second?
Second.
by Mr. Geller. Any discussion? Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Greenberg?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Praddy?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Good, thank you. All right, so moving on. Again, Bridgewater Planning Board, public hearing notice. Mrs. Hanson, can you hear me okay now?
Yes, you're better. As I say, if you just get right up to the mic, everybody needs to get it right up
All
to
right.
the mic.
On Wednesday, March 18th, 2026 at 6:30 PM, the Bridgewater Planning Board will be conducting a public hearing in council chambers at 66 Central Square, Bridgewater, Mass. via Zoom. There's a link attached. On an application by Falcon Area Construction for a special permit and site plan approval, section 10.5 and 10.6 of the Bridgewater zoning ordinance in table A2, to construct a new duplex home in a residential D district located on Oak Street, displayed as Lot 2 on an A&R plan, formerly part of 167 Oak Street, Bridgewater, Mass. Assessors map 11, lot 71. The plans were prepared by Zenith Consulting Engineers and are on file with the town clerk and the CED office and website. All interested persons are encouraged to attend. It is posted by the Bridgewater Planning Board on the 3rd of 3/4/26 and 3/11/26 in the Brockton Enterprise. So turn it over to you again.
Good evening, Jamie Bissonette, Zenith Consulting Engineers for the record. This is Lot 2, Oak Street. We're looking for a special permit to construct a duplex dwelling on this lot. We were in front of you approximately 4 months ago for the endorsement of the A&R. A water impact study has been requested with the town engineer, and we are doing additional test pits on site to try to potentially seed a well with a septic system on site. Also, as noted on Lot 1, we have done landscaping on this plan along with roof infiltration. I'm happy to try to address any questions.
And I think just one of the comments on that roof infiltration from Mr. Tanzi was he wanted it sized and in the detail, Sean. Mr. O'Brien?
Oh, I can't speak. I think Greg had that as a comment, but I just wanted to speak, especially when we talked about lot 1, too. I believe lot 1 and 2 both have to go before the Conservation Commission, or is it just lot 1?
Lot 1 definitely has to. Lot 2.
I didn't see buffers on these. It's I think it was
What's the scale? What's the scale on this? One
It's
feet 20?
20. Yep.
So you're probably within the 100-foot. You're definitely within 100 feet of grading.
Yeah, it's probably going to need conservation approval as well. We did get the wetland resource areas locked in with an ANRAD. So the resource areas are good. It's just going to be the work. And we did keep all proposed disturbances out of the 25-foot and all structures out of the 50.
When you have to file with them.
Oh, 100% on lot 1, and I believe we'll have to file on lot 2 as well.
Yeah, definitely you get disturbance. So, all right.
And yes, we are.
Again, this says the roof drains. So on this lot, you're actually going from lot 2 to lot 1, you're actually cutting that down quite a bit, right? Looks like in some areas you built, so there's a lot of cut and fill in that area.
There will be some cutting on this lot, yes. I actually believe that a lot of this site may have been a removal site of gravel from years back. When you walk the property, it seems like that was the case. But yes, there's going to be some earth disturbance on all 4 lots.
And the existing structure, will that require demolition delay,
Um,
Mr. Solari? Because that existing structure sits on lot 2, correct?
Because of the age of the property, it'll have to just go through the historical, usually for just their meeting.
Demolition delay, okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys started that process at all yet? Okay.
no, we have not. And yes, you're correct. It does fall on lot 2.
Were you aware of the demolition delay process? Okay,
Yeah, the applicant was.
all right. All right. And again, you'll have to address the water issue and whatnot there, and so. All right, moving on. Are you good? Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Any board questions? Any members of the public on Zoom or in person?
Melissa Raymondetta, 317 Lakeside Drive. I have a question because I couldn't find it on the plan and I've been looking at Mass Mapper. But where, isn't the town river like right here on this, on the buffer? And that's a 200-foot. Was that identified in the INRAD as well? Okay, if you don't mind.
Here, yeah, the 200-foot falls way over here. Everything we're doing
Is way out, okay.
Yeah, well,
Beyond that, okay.
but this is the 200-foot, and that's been confirmed by the conservation.
Awesome. All right, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Any members from the public on Zoom like to speak on this project, on this particular project?
I don't see any virtual hands raised at this time, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any more board questions or comments? So staff? No? Do we have a motion to also continue this to
15th of April.
15th?
So moved.
So moved.
Everybody's gonna be grouchy that day, gonna pay taxes. You sure you wanna go on the 15th? Do a motion?
Yes, Mr. President.
You made the motion, Mr. Praddy?
Sure.
Do we have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Geller. Any discussion? Mr. Praddy?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Greenberg?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. All right, thank you. You're still here.
Two more.
All right. On Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, at 6:30 PM in the Bridgewater Planning Board will be conducting a public hearing in the council chambers at 66 Central Square, Bridgewater, Mass. via Zoom, link attached, on an application by Falconary Construction for a special permit and site plan approval, section 10.5 and 10.6 of the Bridgewater zoning ordinance and table of uses A2 to construct a new duplex home in a residential D district located on Oak Street, displayed as Lot 3 on an A&R plan, formerly part of 167 Oak Street, Bridgewater, Mass. Assessors map 11, Lot 71. Plans were prepared by Zenith Consulting Engineers and are on file with the town clerk and the CED office and website. All interested persons are encouraged to attend. The Bridgewater Planning Board, again, this was on 3/4/26, 3/11/26 in the Brockton Enterprise. Excuse me. Again, Mr. O'Brien, we received comments from Mr. Tanzi and yourself, but we did not receive any public comment on this written.
No, we also received, I don't think we mentioned it, we received the green cards and we got all the appropriate fees for this project.
Okay, sir.
Good evening, Jamie Bissonette, Zenith Consulting Engineers for the record. This is Lot 3 Oak Street, part of 167 Oak Street. We're requesting a special permit to construct a duplex dwelling on this lot. This lot, like the previous two, was filed through an A&R about 4 months ago with the planning board. Like the other two lots as well, we've done perk tests on this lot and have cited a septic system on plan-wise. We're hoping to tie into municipal water and have a impact study that has been filed for. We're looking into the alternative of on-site well and provide the parking spaces, the landscaping, and the roof drains as the other lots also have. Be happy to answer any questions you might have.
So again, this lot is pretty much cleared totally because of the grade, the cut in the grade, is that correct?
Correct.
The elevation, it looks like it's cut down a foot in some spots, lifted a foot or two in other spots, is that correct?
Yes.
And then this one has a pump chamber because is that because of the water table or is that because of the
It's just
Right.
because the septic system is up higher. It's on the higher part of the lot. And to minimize the earth disturbance, we did a pump chamber.
Okay. Any board questions or comments on this one? Mr.
I
O'Brien?
guess it's not really applicable to just this one in particular, but is it possible we're going to wind up with a situation where some of these will be able to service themselves as well water, and some might not be, and we'll have to tie in? Do you think there might wind up being some kind of hybrid solution like that, from what you've seen of it?
A hybrid solution, yeah, that absolutely may be the case here.
Thank you.
There's probably already a water connection on lot 2, right?
I believe that there is.
And you said there was an HOA on these?
There will be.
Yep. Okay.
Well, there'll be condo documents. I don't think there'll be an HOA, but there'll be a condo document for each lot.
I'm just thinking with the common septic systems, like who's going to take care of it. I'm sure all that will be
Absolutely will be outlined.
some kind of like O&M on, especially a system that has a pump.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Would it be better if you have common septic systems instead of having a one-on-one situation of a condo association for all 4? That way, there's more oversight, it's easier for people to get things done. You're not dealing with one neighbor versus the other. Landscaping is more uniformly maintained. It might make it a nicer project and make it a nicer property overall if you had.
I agree. Definitely something to think about.
Oh, it's definitely something to consider, and we will. Appreciate
I
that.
find that the one-on-one duplexes, they don't work. It's, somebody cuts half the lawn or roofs half the house, and, just if, I think what I would like to see if we're gonna grant a special permit for the 4 of them is maybe one condo association that handles 8 units, and then that way there's, more of a board and oversight for landscaping included and everything else. There are neighborhoods that have been done like that in town, and they look a lot better than the ones that were done the way you're proposing. It becomes a tough, I know one of the reasons that our former town manager wanted us to go from a as of right to a special permit was, I think, and Mr. Solari, you may be able to weigh in on this a little bit. I think there were a lot of one-on-one complaints. Who was going to roof the house, and I think that's kind of why it turned in, if it evolved into a special permit versus a regular as of right. And just where we have the opportunity to do that with 4 lots, it might make it a much nicer project.
Well, the reason is the condo documents on a lot of the streets that we have that have duplexes weren't done well, where even in the way that the applicant's doing it, that if somebody was if the building needed to be roofed, it could be done together. A lot of times, a lot of the old documents, I can't tell you how many half roofs I have, half siding I have, because there was no document written up that it had to be done together. So as long as it's shown in a mutual document that if the building needs to be sided, both parties have to do it. That's the problem we
I just
have.
think it's much nicer if you have eight people as opposed to one-on-one, because then you have to get 5 people to.
The only problem I think you're gonna have with that is that you literally have 4 separate units that aren't part of they're on separate streets. You
Well,
have one on Crapo Street.
they're all contiguous. It's all one contiguous piece of land. Like Old Forge Road is done
It's
that way.
contiguous, but they're Form As.
Yeah, that's all right.
They're singular Form As. I don't know how that, like when you put a street in and it's all duplexes, or you do a neighborhood that's all duplexes, I can understand. But these are
but
4 Form As, separate ownership. I don't know how you
No,
wrap
you
them
can
into
make,
each
you
other.
can make you can make all the land common land with 4 lots.
That's for the legal department to review.
Just something to think about, because I think it makes it a much nicer project, so it might be easier to sell too. So.
Hi, Matt Falconeri, the applicant. To Mr. Solari's point, there are 4 Form As, and one of them doesn't have frontage on the same street. So I know the parcel is contiguous, but it's a little disjuncted where the legal frontage is. So.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I just think it's, we do have a lot of situations in town where like half the lawn's cut. It's just not a good situation. I was just involved in one recently where we did the 4 units all in one association.
Yeah.
And it looks much nicer. The lawn's cut, you know, all at the same time, the trash is picked up, the driveways are shoveled. You know, you don't have somebody roofing half a house, all 4 people contribute to.
I agree with all that. I think we'll try and control our documents so that we don't have that situation.
Okay, all right.
Thanks.
Just something to think about. We can talk about it more as a board.
Yep,
So,
thank you.
thank you.
All right, so I have in my notes to look at a shared large system and to talk with
Yeah.
my client about the, overall.
I'm a big believer in the more units you have in a condo association.
Yep.
The better it works, because one-on-one is tough, you know,
Okay.
so.
Nope, I understood.
All right, so are we good with this one from a board perspective, Mr. O'Brien?
Yeah, I just had one comment that just at least the driveway width be provided on the plans for not the extended driveway, but essentially the ones that have the frontage. I think it's lots 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, yeah, and I believe that was noted on the engineering comments.
was,
We have
yeah,
some
it was.
dimensions to add in, so that will
Perfect, thank
definitely
you.
be done.
Okay, and then on the 4th lot, so all the architect, did you guys bring architectural, I know we have them, but did you bring them for the?
I didn't
public?
print them up to large scale, no, but I can to the
No,
next
at the
one.
next meeting, if you could bring them, just so the public can see what types of materials, what they look like. I
Absolutely.
know we got a copy of those in our packets.
Well, they're also, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, we also do put our plans online if people want to.
Right, but just next time when you come to.
You got it.
All right, item, all right, I'm sorry, I'm so confused. 'Cause-
Public comment for lot 3.
So do we have any public comment for lot 3? Any staff comment?
No one in the crowd and no one in the chat.
Okay. Any staff comment? No. Any more board comment? A motion to continue to February 14th?
February 14th, April 15th. Do you want me to do the motions, Mr.
You guys
Chair?
gotta be checked in somewhere.
You gotta bring a bigger coffee next time.
What?
You gotta bring a bigger coffee next time.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, so 4/15/26, we're moving this to, by Mr. Geller, do we have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Greenberg? I'll take the roll, Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Praddy?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Greenberg?
Yes.
And I'm yes. All right. So going to lot 4, right? Which is the Crapo Street one?
Yes.
That's right.
All right, so on Wednesday, March 18th, at 6:30 PM, the Bridgewater Planning Board will be conducting a public hearing in the council chambers at 66 Central Square, Bridgewater, Mass. via Zoom. The link is attached on an application by Falconera Construction for a special permit and site plan approval under 10.5 and 10.6 of the Bridgewater zoning ordinance and table uses A2 to construct a new duplex home in a residential D district located on Crapo Street, displayed as Lot 4 on an A&R plan formerly part of 167 Oak Street, Bridgewater, Mass. Assessors map 11, Lot 71. The plans were prepared by Zenith Consulting Engineers and are on file with the town clerk and the CED office and website. All interested persons are encouraged to attend the Bridgewater Planning Board. Again, this was posted in the March 4th and March 11th, 2026 Brockton Enterprise. And Mr. O'Brien, again, no public comment received through email or anything on these projects.
That's correct.
And we did get a memo from Mr. Tanzi that you're working on, and we did get a memo packet from Mr. O'Brien. So go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Jamie Bissonette, Zenith Consulting Engineers. This is Lot 4, part of 167 Oak Street. This lot itself is located on Crapo Street. Again, we're requesting a special permit to construct a duplex. We had an A&R plan before you approximately 4 months ago. And this plan in particular, we have a septic system designed in the back. We plan on attempting to re-perk this upcoming Monday to see if we can slide the septic further to the back so that we can potentially place a well on site. This plan shows roof infiltrators, landscaping, the septic system as discussed, and some general grading that pitches essentially mostly from Crapo back towards the wetland resource area, which is several hundred feet away. Be happy. Oh, we did file for the water impact study, as stated on the previous 3 lots as well. And we'd be happy to try to answer any questions you have.
But just say on this one, if you could add the land, this one's the only one without the landscape plan on it.
Okay.
So if you could just add, I know you have the legend, but you don't have any tree locations.
Oh, sorry.
What is that? Yeah, it looks like there might be 2, but you have no street trees or anything like that, so. Again, any initial board comments or concerns? No? Nope. Any public comment at this point?
No one in person, and I don't see anyone with their virtual hand raised at this time, Mr. Chair.
All right, similar to the other ones, the water impact study, the perk tests were witnessed already. Just add the landscape stuff. We could bring the architecturals next time.
Yep.
Then we'll look to continue this to the 15th as well, so he can address Mr. Tanzi's comments and hopefully get some of these issues resolved.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So do we have a motion to continue this till April 15th, not February 15th? By Mr. Praddy, to a second?
Second.
And Mr. Geller? Any discussion? Take the roll, Mr. Praddy?
Yeah.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Greenberg?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay, thank you, guys.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for people that are interested in this, and we did get architectural plans that are part of the packet, so you can take a look at those. All right. So, Mr. O'Brien, meeting minutes. Did you send these out? I didn't see any for this meeting.
I think I sent out October and November earlier on, or placed them in the packet. So I did provide October 30th site visit is probably a page. But I did provide these minutes. December 17th is still in a rough draft format, so I wouldn't look for those to be approved, but I leave it up to whomever.
So for tonight, you're looking to have the October 30th and November 5th approved?
October 30th, November 5th, and at least minimally the ones in November and October.
November 19th as well?
Yes.
Has anybody read them?
The last one in October, the first one in November. Not read the other one.
Anybody else? Mr. Fabrowski, you saw him?
Yep.
Okay. Do you guys want to make a motion then to approve? No,
Sure.
October 30th, November 5th, November 19th?
Yes.
Mr.
Make a motion to approve the minutes. Just noted.
Okay, Mr. Fabrowski, do you want to second that?
Second.
Because I don't think you were here for any of those meetings, correct?
That's right.
So motion by Mr. Praddy, second by Mr. Fabrowski for October 30th, November 5th, and November 19th. Any discussion? I'll take the roll. Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Praddy?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrowski?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. April 15th meeting, Shane, we continued these.
Yes, and we have the items that were continued from the early March meeting as well too. I believe 584 Plymouth Street's going to be on for the April 15th meeting, as well as potentially 1010 Elm Street.
584 or 548?
I think whichever one's the correct one.
What about
Plymouth Street, the subdivision of Plymouth Street?
Is that 953?
I'm sorry, you're right. 584 South Street's going to be on. It's the You're right. 584 South Street will be on for the April 15th meeting and
Yeah,
then,
the body will be on.
correct, the Plymouth Street subdivision should be on for the 15th.
So you caught what I had earlier. So, all right.
We have post St. Patrick's Day syndrome. And then as well as, we do have a completed application that I'll be sending out for 1985 Old Plymouth Street. It's a new storage building to be built on that site, and I'm still working with an applicant.
1985 Old Plymouth?
Oh, I'm sorry, 1985 Old Plymouth. It's but it's off of the former Cranmore Estates property.
Between Bridgewater and East.
Edge of the town.
They call it Plymouth.
And it's in the subdivision where Cranmore was?
That's correct. The rescinded subdivision at Cranmore.
There's no subdivision
It's,
anymore.
it's just one lot.
One lot. So it's
They're looking to build an accessory building or another building?
correct. So that'll be before the board. Typically I'll send those plans. I have an extra week for completed applications with the extra week. As well as we may have another application for a building off of Bedford Street. But as you stated earlier, you made your statement regarding water, so everyone's generally aware of, all the things going on in town.
And if we can, I mean, we might want to move some of the new projects to May 6th.
Sure.
If we don't have stuff yet, because if we do have the subdivision, 5 special permits on the 15th.
Potential more lot releases and surety. No,
That's gonna be a long night.
yes. But I feel like with a couple of the continuances from the last meeting, I think we may have extra time, and I think people will probably look for continuances to that May meeting, or even the second meeting in May. But I'll keep you guys informed on that.
Okay, all right. And again, I think it's, personally, I think it's too bad that Lake Shore pulled out. I thought that was a good project for that area, but unfortunate, so. Anything else?
Yeah. So just through the planner's report, we do have, I'm working on the open space and recreation plan update. So we're going to have a public forum actually the day after our next planning board meeting on the 16th. I'll be at either 6 o'clock or 6:30, but preferably probably 6 o'clock. It's going to be at BSU in the Dana Moeller Faria Science and Mathematics Center in room DMF. Information about visitor parking is here too. We're still kind of working on this sheet. It may include a QR code, as well as the website might include like an Evite sort of thing, so we have an idea of how many people are going to attend. But we'll have light refreshments. We'll talk about what we're doing with the open space and recreation plan. I know at some of the last meetings I talked about the survey that we did. We got about 102 respondents of that survey, but we continuously want more people to be involved and let us know in terms of what we should be looking at from open space and a recreation plan perspective. So we keep being eligible for grants and all that fun stuff. But other than that, I've sent you guys some information regarding the Mass DP stuff for water, as well as information, I guess, introduced at last night's council meeting about legislation that they're looking to do. So as you addressed early in the meeting as well, I'm trying to keep you guys better informed in terms of all things water as we progressively, understand their situation.
Did you get any feedback from Encompass today as to why they withdrew? Was
No.
it frustration with the water situation, or?
I don't have any information other than that withdrawal letter.
Any other board comments, really? No? Mr. Solari, Mr. Rulli, Mr. Tanzi, anything to add? No? Do we have a motion to adjourn? What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that was on the.
Oh, he's just on the screen.
So we do have a public comment at the end of the meeting, if anybody would like to speak.
Melissa Raymondetta, 317 Lakeside Drive. And I have a procedural question about Zero Lakeshore Center and the This is the hotel project, 110 room hotel. When the extension was made when the decision was extended earlier in December, there were still conditions on the decision that are supposed to be on the site plan, such as 14 parking spaces to be removed, and I believe the relocation of 4 EV charging stations. I wanted to know, how is that going to be handled, and will it be in the public forum, in the form of a public meeting?
Mr. O'Brien, have we received did we sign the plans yet for that project?
I believe so. I believe that we had plans that were endorsed.
And those spots were removed, I believe.
I believe so as well.
They weren't on the landscape plan, but.
Can we get
Yeah.
back to Mrs. Ramadada on?
Sure, yeah. I think
the updated
typically
plan.
what we would include, I'll look for where the scan plans are, because I believe I received the scan plans, but I can provide that over to
Okay.
you.
All right, I appreciate
As well, it'd be included as part of the building permit plans as well.
Okay,
But
thank
there-
you.
there-
So,
And there hasn't even been a building permit applied for yet, is that correct?
No, they have to reapply, I've asked them to reapply, because the original application was in 23.
Oh, you don't have a mic, I'm sorry.
Oh.
No one on Zoom can hear you, and we're still recording, sorry.
Next time you're gonna stay.
We're working
Next
through
time
it.
you're gonna stay home.
No, there's no application right now for the new hotel. I have one from 23, but it's way out of date, and the information, it's been too long. They wanted to try to use it based on the energy code, but you can't put an application in that far back and then go this far with having nothing. So no, they'll have to put a whole new application in for the hotel.
And if that was a condition, Mr. O'Brien, whether they have to be removed, those spots, so
That's correct, yes.
can you just confirm with Mrs. Ramadada that those have been removed? And sent
Yeah,
to
I
the
can,
plan?
yeah.
Okay. So Mrs. Ramadada, if you want to follow up with Shane, just get that revised plan sent over to you. Is there any other public comment at this point? All right. Now we can adjourn. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
By Mr. Praddy?
Second.
You have to turn your mic on.
Motion to whatever.
Adjourn.
Adjourn.
You have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Geller? I'll take the roll. Mr. Greenberg?
Yes.
Mr. Geller?
Yes.
Mr. Praddy?
Yes.
McDonald?
Yes.
And I'm yes.
Thanks,
You don't-
y'all.
Do you want to go back to ZBA now?